I guess here's the one thing I'll give the refs credit for. With blood trickling down De'Aaron's face, they decided, you know what? Not going to call a technical foul in this situation because
hell, they even stopped
clearly
the
I
game.
missed it.
They
Well, they had
it.
to.
Yeah.
You had to. I
They
believe.
stopped
Announcer Scott. That's infectious disease control.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was
That's
crazy,
ridiculous, man.
That was real
That's
crazy.
just ridiculous.
These things are happening, and it was crazy because I'm watching it, and I see him pointing to him. I was like, oh, he must have got hit.
Mm-hmm.
And then they show another angle and the streaming down there.
Mm-hmm.
I say, oh my God, he's bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, he's bleeding.
Mm-hmm. Tazo says it was a work. He bladed like Ric Flair.
De'Aaron bladed.
Oh, just the thought of that is awesome. That is the ultimate way to sell a call. He just holds up, grabs it, slip it.
De'Aaron
Oh,
bladed.
Shawn Michaels blade job.
Blading like what's his name? New Jack?
New Jack. Oh no, not like New Jack. New Jack take a cheese grater and rub it across his forehead. He ain't doing that.
The scar tissue on his forehead was disgusting.
Man, look back at Dusty Rhodes and all of those guys, man. It's awful.
Jeez.
But I think we're on to something. That might be the only way Domantas Sabonis gets respect from officials. Is like there was on one of the cover tiles of our show that's on YouTube and Twitch. There was a picture from I think the Philly game where Domas had gotten clobbered and he was kind of down on the ground. That's where you blade, right there. You get the little gig right there, and then you get up and be like, hey, what do I got to do to get a foul call? And then you look like Shawn Michaels in the first Hell in a Cell, and the rest feel terrible because they missed something. That might be the only way Domas ever gets a call.
Might be the only way.
Can I stick with Domas for a quick second?
Yeah, for sure.
Yo, this dude is having an all-star season. There's no but this. There's no but that. He is playing like an all-star.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jokic put up 43 last night. He's having a phenomenal season. Joel Embiid has put up 50 twice, including one of the most absurd 59-point stat lines I've ever seen in my life. Domantas Sabonis is right there with what those guys are doing. I don't know if he has to score 40 to get people's attention, meaning nationally. I don't know if he has to get like 40 and 30 to get people's attention or 30 and 30 to get people's attention. But what he's doing, he had a 20 and 20 last night. Domantas Sabonis took 13 freaking shots. And that is about in the range of what he does on a night-to-night basis. Again, Joe, Jokic, different animals, different teams. Those guys aren't taking 13 shots.
No.
They're taking 20 and 20 plus, and rightfully so. They're the focal points of that team. Domantas Sabonis is an all-star.
Period. I mean, they NBA.com actually, got in on the discussion earlier today where they had an article by Michael C. Wright talking about 8 candidates to be Western Conference All-Stars in the front court. And you got Anthony Davis.
Yep.
You got, and he did this in alphabetical order, so it's not in any ranking. But Anthony Davis, Jeremy Grant, LeBron James, Jokic, Markkanen, Sabonis, Wiggins, and Zion. And really, the only ones on there, it's Zion, Sabonis, Jokic, LeBron, and Anthony Davis. That's it. Sorry, Jeremy Grant. You're having a really good season.
Yeah, no.
You're not above Domantas Sabonis. Same for you, Lauri Markkanen. You're having a really good season. You're not above Domantas Sabonis.
And they have an opportunity to change this. They have an opportunity to prove my feelings on this team wrong, and I think your feelings on this team wrong. If Andrew Wiggins is on that list, I better see something over the course of the next couple of weeks. Because the Cole piece is, and rightfully so, I right now, as it stands, I don't know how much better they'll be by the All-Star break. I do think they'll be better. I don't know how much better. The Lakers right now are 11-16. That's 5 games under 500. 11-16. You don't think Anthony Davis is making an All-Star team? LeBron James? So you're going to have 2 Los Angeles Lakers because all I hear is how the Kings have to win games for Sabonis or Fox to be an all-star. Anthony Slater comes and says, well, you're only going to get 1. You're not going to get 2. I'm sorry. The Lakers could be 10 games under 500. They're going to get 2 all-stars.
Yep.
So decide when the record matters. The Golden State Warriors aren't better than the Sacramento Kings right now. You going to put Andrew Wiggins in it?
That would be a travesty.
Domantas Sabonis is an all-star.
Absolutely. And just even by this, like you look at it in front court players, how many, I don't know how many they typically get, right? Like it's
I forgot what they do when they
I would
changed
say
it.
Just based on the kind of the old way of going things, you get maybe 2 small forward type players, 2 power forwards, 2 centers. That's 6.
But that is the old way, because I think you said it perfectly in the description of the article. It's literally front court and back court.
Right. But saying that though, there's not 2 power forwards to pick. Right? Like cuz that's why they changed it, because you had to pick quote unquote a power forward.
I got you.
You needed 2. But
right.
now if they're not 2 power forwards, you can take 4 centers. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at that list and yeah, it should be Davis, Jokic, Sabonis, and Zion for the big forwards. And then you got LeBron and Luka. They probably have Luka there. Or I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But LeBron and whoever else you want as the small forward.
The 10 starters, 2 guards, and 3 front court players per conference are chosen by a combination of fans, current players, and media. The 30 NBA coaches select the 14 reserves, voting 2 guards, 3 front court players, and 2 players at any position in their respective conference.
He absolutely should get in.
Anthony Davis probably gets voted in.
Yeah.
It's the Lakers. It's popular. And I don't have no feelings about that. It's the way this works.
Either one of those 2, though.
By the way, he's deserving.
Anthony Davis. Or both, I guess, because it's front court.
Not only is Sabonis an all-star, this is easy.
It's not
even close.
No, it's not even close. It's not even
Come
close.
on, man.
He's going to the all-star game.
You listening to D-Lo in Indiana or Cleveland or Utah? Where is it?
Oh.
Yikes.
Sorry you had to be an all-star there.
You're listening to D-Lo and Casey on KIFM West Sacramento 98.5 FM, KRX QHD2 Sacramento, ESPN 1320, driven by Lasher's Elk Grove Dodge, always live on the free Odyssey app, Twitch, YouTube, even at ESPN 1320 on Twitter as well. Yeah, this is easy work. Domantas Sabonis is having a phenomenal season. I hope as we get closer to the All-Star break, it gets recognized more. I hope the more the Kings' 2-game losing streaks don't turn into 3 and they beat teams like the Toronto Raptors, that it's recognized more throughout the league. The beam is fun. And it's fun to write about that stuff, and it's fun to talk about that stuff, and Worldwide Wobe, the beam needs batteries, all of that kind of stuff. Man, that's great. Shift some of that energy to these players.
Yeah.
Shift some of that energy to what Malik Monk is doing. Shift some of that energy to what Domantas Sabonis is doing on a night-to-night basis. Shift some of that energy to De'Aaron Fox, who you set the bar for. You as a collective have set the bar really, really high for, and he's achieving that again.
Yep.
Do that.
100%. I agree with you, man. And these guys, like, I always am hesitant to, I don't want to say give credit to, the coaches and everybody else, because they do their job. But I also, maybe it's more so that I don't want to forget that the guys out there on the court are still the ones getting it done, And just like you mentioned, Malik Monk, De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, Terrence Davis, Keegan Murray, whoever you want to talk about, regardless of the situations they're put in, whether good or bad, it's still their job to go out there and execute. And these guys have executed at a very high degree, higher than we've seen in this city for 16, 17 years. And it's high for NBA standards too. I think they've fallen into 7th place. But like I said, this could look totally different. I know it sounds like I'm putting a lot on this. But this could look totally different January 15th. With all these home games they have, the way they play at home, the way that they've played this year at home, you could be looking at a top 4, top 3 team going into January 15th.
Well, just by the way the West is, like, you could absolutely see that.
Will they stay there all year? I don't know. But we could be going into MLK Day with the Kings top 4 in the West.
Come on, man. I'm sorry. I listened to everything you just said. I got a little fired up when you mentioned Lauri Markkanen. Because 1, Chicago. 2, there isn't a single metric that Markkanen is better at than Domantas Sabonis except for scoring. Shout out Morgan Reagan. Stop being stat hoes. And if you're going to, look at all of them. Assists, not even close. Rebounds. He's got him by 3 rebounds per game.
Don't even start on assists.
Oh, it's not even close. 6.4 to 2.2. How? Their 2-point percentage is the same. Markkanen's got him a little bit on the 3-point shot.
Lauri,
Domantas Sabonis has a higher field goal percentage overall than he does. What are we talking about? Why is he in this conversation?
Because Lauri could make the All-Star game. There's no way he should make it over Sabonis. That's not a conversation.
Fine. That's fine.
That's not a conversation. If they want to be on there together, cool.
You can't make it instead.
Absolutely.
That man's an all-star.
Yeah. What do you think about De'Aaron? Right now it's about 22-5. Might get up to 20.
I think the
23-6 is where I think he could be by the time the voting is concluded and stuff.
I think the bar is so high for him. I mean, CJ's gonna make it.
You think CJ gonna make it?
I mean, the Pelicans are the top team. You sending CJ and Zion?
And not sending Ingram?
Does Ingram will he have played enough?
I don't know if CJ makes it.
Okay.
Dame's
gonna make it.
CJ having a good season.
Is Anthony gonna make it?
No, Anthony don't make it. Well, that's another one. Anthony shouldn't make it over.
Book's gonna make it.
Book's gonna make it.
Is Chris Paul gonna make it?
No.
Definitively?
Definitively.
Okay. Well, you'd have to break down the Jazz. Well, now these players get clumped up. Like, is Luka a front court player or a back court player? Which one is he?
I'd put him as a front court. So that's 4.
No.
And who knows what's going on with Steph?
Yeah. I mean, Steph will get voted. But Steph will get voted in.
Yeah. So Shea, Steph, Ja.
Shea, that's the one. I was thinking, who in this bottom tier of teams will make it? Shea's the one.
That's 7. And how many did that breakdown say? You get the 2 starters.
So we go to the 14. 2 guards, 3 front court players, and 2 players at any position. Because De'Aaron's not getting voted in.
No. But I was counting. So
2 guards,
2 voted in already. So now that's 5 slots, and now you got 2 guards,
2 wild cards.
2 wild. He might be the last one, just on the outside.
I mean, if he keeps playing like he played last night.
Oh, he played like last night. He in there.
Oh, he's definitely in there.
He in there. Yeah. But then, and pragmatic brings up a good
can you
point.
imagine?
These things could happen.
Can you imagine?
Steph get voted in and
Steph's definitely going to get voted
but not
in.
Be able to play.
Yeah,
so that's
for sure.
Another slot, So
I hope if it's one of those things though, like if Steph's like, it's not like Steph starts and plays 30 seconds to appease the crowd and then sits down, because that takes someone's spot. Like someone could be, it's an alternate. It's still an all-star.
Yeah.
You mentioned numbers we haven't seen for the last 20 years. Sabonis. I guess I'm a Sabonis stan now too. In addition to
we all are.
I guess I've just turned into a giant Kings fan with a radio show. Somebody get me a ladder.
Come on.
Did you see the stat on TV last night? I think it was a StatMuse stat, so I'm sure it was on Twitter. 20 and 5 games as a King.
I did see that. That's crazy.
That Domantas Sabonis yesterday matched Chris Webber for the most in Sacramento Kings history, and Domas has played 42 games as a King.
Wow.
20 and 5. They each have 3. And Sabonis has played 42 games as a Sacramento King.
Oof. That's crazy.
See, this is why some of the people that cover the league are stupid. They tried to tell you that Tyrese Halliburton was traded for nothing. They tried to tell you that this year that Tyrese Halliburton was traded for nothing. And this dude playing the way that he is.
Domas about to be an all-star.
Domas and Tyrese are both likely to make this all-star team.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people have changed their tones in the last handful of months. Don't think we forgot.
We ain't
think we forgot what we bookmarked all your articles 100%. From the past.
100%.
Don't think we forgot.
Y'all was playing that boy Domantas. Domas.
That dude is so good. Sabonis is so good.
And the one thing that I like about him, one of the things that I like about him is in situations like last night where there was nobody that can match up with him on the boards and inside. He never lets people off the hook. He dominates. If you don't have a center that can match up with him and make life difficult, if like James Hams was saying, if you're a little light in the pants, going up against Sabonis,
no junk in the trunk.
He don't let you off the hook. He's dominating the boards, and he's gonna punish you on the inside.
I can't. I've said this before. I can't stress this enough. If you get the opportunity to go to a Kings game and you could get there early enough, watch Sabonis' pre-game workout. It's like a sparring match. It's a straight up like it is work. That's one of the toughest dudes in the